Hello and welcome to AHRI's Next-Gen Directory of Certified Product Performance. This new directory, scheduled to launch on January 8th of 2018, offers new and improved record search features for all types of users, as well as specialized tools for certification program participants to manage their AHRI certified product data. This video series is intended to demonstrate how to use the Next-Gen Directory system. This particular video will demonstrate how to use the mass upload feature to enter multiple product records at once and is appropriate for licensee data masters and licensee data entry users. Let's begin. You will notice the login link here in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. I've saved my credentials to this machine, so I'm going to go ahead and click Login. Please note that before creating records, the licensee must have at least one brand name in the system. If the program contains regulated products, the licensee must also have at least one manufacturer name in the system. These can be added through the Manage Brand Name and Manage Manufacturer Name functions. The Manage Manufacturer Name function is not applicable to programs that do not contain regulated products. This program has both brand names and manufacturer names set up, so I will proceed to adding product records. This left-hand menu is always available, regardless of what page the user is on. Notice the Manage Directory Records is a drop-down, which contains the option to add multiple records. From here, you enter your licensee type, your licensee name, which is pre-populated for me, the login location, and the program type. For programs dependent on characteristic records, such as USAC, USHP, VRF, and ERV, at least one active characteristic record must exist in the database before a licensee can create a new OEM certified product record. That can be done through here. I have active characteristics for this program, so I'm going to proceed by clicking Next. In this next step, I'm going to download a blank template which I can populate with data. A few programs, such as USAC and USHP, offer multiple templates, so you must make sure you are downloading the applicable one. I am going to create OEM systems records, so I've opted to download the systems template. Notice that the Excel template does not appear to start at column A. This is intentional. There are hidden columns embedded within the template which assist in the upload process. Do not unhide, edit, or erase these hidden columns. Do not add extra columns, rearrange, or delete columns. You will notice an additional two tabs on the downloaded Excel template: Data and Brands. Do not add, edit, or delete data contained in either of these tabs. When entering data, do not make any entries beyond the last column on the template. Also note the system has a maximum upload file size of 25,000 records. Some fields contain basic validations within the cells, such as format or range validations, and will force the user to enter valid data. For example, in the date available on the market column, it states that I need to enter the date in this format. If I enter alpha characters, I will get an error message. However, these validations are bypassed if a value is pasted into the cell. Another comprehensive validation check will occur when the file is uploaded to the system. For fields able to accept more than one value, separate multiple values with a semicolon. So, for a model sold in Canada and the United States, I would populate the cell like this. Notice I've used a semicolon to separate the two values. Before saving and uploading the template to the system, Do not erase the header rows containing field names and the content expectations. When naming the file, retain the program, licensee type, and product type in the file name. You are free to add additional characters to your file names after this information. I have a completed template here that I'm going to go ahead and upload. Notice I have renamed the file name, but retained the program name, licensee type, and product type. An alternative to using the Excel template downloaded from the system is to create your own text tab delimited file. A text tab delimited file must contain the same column headers as found in the downloaded Excel template. However, it is unnecessary for you to incorporate the hidden columns into your file. Your columns must have the same names as shown on the Excel template. Do not add extra, remove, or rearrange columns from how they are laid out in the Excel template. Also, when populating your text tab delimited file, do not make any entries beyond the last column. When naming your text tab delimited file, the file name must follow the same nomenclature as the Excel template. Specifically, the file name must be prefaced by the program, licensee type, and product type, as this is what allows the system to read your file. You can upload your Excel template or your text tab delimited file by clicking here. Your uploaded file will go through multiple steps of validation by the system. The system will first check that you have uploaded a template it can read. If it cannot read the file, it will give you an immediate error. For example, if you have attempted to upload an incorrectly named file, or a file with the wrong file extension, such as CSV or RTF, you will receive an error. Assuming the system can read your file, you will see a success message appear on the screen, and then the system will proceed to validate your individual data entries. You will need to use the mass upload status function found on your dashboard to determine which records in your uploaded file passed validation and were successfully uploaded to the system, and which records failed validation and thus could not be uploaded to the system. Notice you can see information about your uploaded file, what licensee and program it was for, who uploaded it, the file name, and the date time the system began reading the file. You can look at the batch status to see if the file is still processing, has completed processing, or is in a state of error. If the file is in a state of error, it means there was something wrong with the structure of the template you tried to upload, such as columns have been deleted or added to the template, unexpected blank rows, data found outside of the expected cell areas, or an unlikely scenario such as a system outage. In an error state, no records will have been processed. The failed records file and uploaded records file fields will say no files generated, and the record counts will be NA. In such a situation, you should re-examine the file you attempted to upload, make any corrections, and then re-upload. Once a file has completed processing, you will be able to see how many records failed or were successful, and you can download files showing these records. It is helpful to download the uploaded records file to see the AHRI reference numbers created for the records that successfully passed validation and were loaded into the system. You can see the reference numbers here. To find out which records did not pass validation and thus could not be loaded into the system, you will need to download your failed records files. Check the validation error columns to see the problems found in each record. You may make your corrections on this file, resave it, and upload it again using the Manage Directory Records multiple entry feature. When editing a file that contains a column for validation errors, do not delete the column. The system will ignore this column when the file is processed. You can see here, once I addressed the errors in the failed files and re-uploaded it, I had a successful upload. Again, with the AHRI reference numbers here. The Mass Upload Status Board holds a history of multiple entry, multiple edits within the past 14 calendar days. The user is not required to remain logged into the system while a file is being processed. An email will be sent to the user notifying the user when the file has finished processing. Upon receipt of that email, the user needs to log into the system and review the Mass Upload Status dashboard to see successful records and manage failed records. Please note that the email feature is temporarily disabled and will be re-enabled when the system goes live in January of 2018. To recap, the mass upload feature allows licensee data masters and licensee data entry users to add multiple product records at once. Users may upload records through an Excel formatted template provided through the system or through the user's own text tab delimited file. The system has a maximum upload file size of 25,000 records. The multiple upload status on the dashboard is where the user can find upload statuses, including loads with AHRI reference numbers, as well as failed uploads with the failure reasons. This concludes the mass upload feature video.